I want to paint you a picture today, a picture of a family. Now, this family that should be safe and secure within their home, unfortunately, got attacked by robbers, and some of the children in that family were murdered. Now, at the time of the attack, the father of this family wasn't at home, and shortly after the news of the robbery and murder got out, the father decided to travel right from where he was, without even coming home to console his family and do everything within his power to ensure that law enforcement agents are there to prevent this from ever happening again. I'm sure if that home was yours and that man was your father, you would probably think him callous, lacking of empathy, and you would never look at him the same way again. This paints a picture of our reality here in Nigeria. The nation has been fraught with loss, grief, and pain as a result of the many lives that have been lost. On the 24th of December 2023, Mangu, Barkin-Ladi, and Bokos local government areas in Plateau State were attacked, and Nigerian citizens were brutally murdered, over 140 of them. Over 200 houses were set ablaze, according to the Plateau State Police Command. The president, for whatever reason, couldn't be there, and so the vice president, Kashim Shettima, showed up to condole with the people on the plateau. Now, while sharing heartfelt condolences, he promised that the Tinubu administration will not rest on its oars until the victims of the gruesome attack get justice. Well, 1 month later, and citizens are still waiting for justice to be served. Plateau State Police Command yesterday confirmed the arrest of 17 suspected perpetrators of the Christmas Eve attacks. We can only wait for them to conclude the investigation and prosecution before there can be some sense of justice. Justice would mean bringing back the victims, which cannot happen. So the closest to justice that citizens demand is that perpetrators are brought to book and that a repeat of this incident is prevented. Unfortunately, there have been further attacks and killings. Let's go back to the plateau and focus on that, particularly Mangu community, where about 30 citizens were killed in fresh attacks on the 24th of January 2024, exactly 1 month after the Christmas Eve attacks. Two other communities of Kina and Mairana on the borders of Mangu and Bardilaki local government areas were also attacked same night. Actually, the attacks took place at midnight on the 23rd into the early hours of the 24th. So imagine our shock when we received news from the presidential spokesperson, Ajuri Ngelale, that President Tinubu went on a private visit to France. The citizens of the country have just experienced yet another gruesome attack, and the father of the nation is not only absent from the house, but has chosen this time to go visit another country. Asking that the president of the country visits the bereaved citizens who were failed because the country could not protect them from internal aggression shouldn't be too much to ask. The president should show up to grieve with them, to empathize with them, so that when this government makes these seemingly lofty promises to secure its citizens, the citizens can at least consider them slightly believable. On the 3rd of November 2023, US President Joe Biden made a solemn trek on two sides in Lewiston, Maine, where a gunman killed 18 people. He said, and I quote, "We're here to grieve with you, so you know you're not alone." Biden has been known to visit the sites of several mass shootings. Americans have now come to expect their president to visit after disaster strikes, and history shows that this has been a tradition that's been built over the decades. When a president visits the victim or the victims of an unfortunate incident, he says so many things. He says to the victims that you respect them, that you see the value in their life. It shows that you honor the entrusted role that they've given to you as their president and gives you the opportunity to be the servant leader that they expect you to be. It may not take away their pain, certainly won't, but it helps build morale. Empathy goes to the heart, the core of true leadership. It's a respectful understanding of what others are experiencing. In the words of great Oprah Winfrey, leadership is about empathy. It's about relating to and connecting with people to inspire and empower their lives. Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "If you talk to a man in the language he understands, that goes to his head. And if you speak to him in his language, that goes to his heart." There are several quotes on leadership and empathy, but one thing is certain, that you cannot separate empathy from good leadership. Dear Mr. President, you know your house is on fire, right? Do you know that Nigerian citizens are afraid for their lives every single day, from kidnappings to attacks and killings that some have referred to as ethnic cleansing? Even the governor referred to as a genocide. What was so urgent, sir, that you had to leave your country the morning after your citizens had been attacked and thrown into a fresh round of mourning? Will you at least visit them anytime soon so that they feel the empathy that your leadership should provide? More importantly, When would insecurity no longer threaten the lives and the freedom of your citizens? What really is the value of the Nigerian life? These are the questions we are asking this morning. Nigerians need to know on Which Way, Nigeria.